Hey guys, welcome to Long Story Short. We were able to meet up again to do another episode this week. Hopefully you guys are going good.
Hope you guys doing well. Hope you had a good week.
But why don't we take a little quick minute on sports updates before we get into our episode? Man, they're like the Buffalo Bills. They beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay. So.
Sadly, one of my classmates up at OTEC, he's a huge Seahawks fan. So.
Oh yeah, you told me. You told me about the. Yeah, you told me about it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, holy cow, freaking hilarious.
Yeah, you lost the bet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say you lost the bet.
I'm sorry, Malik. So can't wait to talk to you about it later.
The 49ers are playing right now. They're playing against the Cowboys. They're down 6-10 last time I checked the score. So hope they come back and win. Hopefully,
definitely for sure.
But I'm very disappointed with my Utah Utes. They should won last night. The team that's not very good, but they lost, and so BYU and Utah both have a bye week, and so the whole week can be on November 9th. Me personally, I'm getting the gut feeling that BYU is going to beat Utah this year because of how we're not playing very well, and then Phil feels like for Cam Ride and he's keeping healthy, so keeping injured, which sucks, and so but nothing. It is what it is, and then the offensive corner got let go, and so I think we were just back to the old drawing board and try just play the game, get the Isaac Wilson much playing time as he can, and improve, and that's all I have to say. So
definitely, as soon as you told me updates about Cam Rising, I was like, injured leg, injured hand, senior year in college. That is honestly terrible. So hopefully he'll be able to recover.
Yeah, he'll be recover. I don't think he'll be in the NFL draft. My personal opinion, he might be undrafted. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, might as well see what happens.
We'll see how he improves, and that's all.
All right. So that's pretty much it for our sports update. And then I know our hockey team is trying to hang in there as well. They won some games, they lost some games, right? First season.
They were 3-0 with the first three of the games, but then they're just playing the best they can. It's the season.
For sure.
They're a new team, so
definitely.
But we gotta give credit to when they won three games. They were the new team coming in the NHL. So so you gotta give kudos to them. But it's the season. They have a long way to go.
Oh heck yeah!
The more games they play, the more experience they can get. And
so I would say realistically, maybe we shouldn't expect them to be in Stanley playoffs this year because after all, the hockey club is not going to be the official name of the team yet.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see at the end of the season or next year when the new official team name. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's all.
Gotcha. All right. Well, so that is our sports update. So today we're actually going to do something a little different for our episode today. So to help you guys with the whole camera angle, because we are filming this on my cell phone camera today. So for our dating episode, this one is going to be extremely uncomfortable because we got to, talk about what dating is like today. And Raj and I have been talking about this for months, like when we should do this episode, or maybe we could do a part 1 episode and we could always come back to a part 2 later, especially if you guys have more questions. The more questions we have of what we talk about in this episode, by all means, guys, feel free to put them in the comments.
Comment. We'll have to answer your question about dating or anything else or anything in general. We want to hear your feedback as well. That'll help us learn as well.
For sure.
So,
actually here, just so that way our audience could get a little bit better. So one different thing I am going to do, Raj, is I'm going to turn the camera around. So I'm going to take a turn asking you some questions, and then we'll go vice versa from there. Okay, turning the camera around. I also cooked that, by the way. Nah, just kidding. Okay, Raj. So just to help our audience, so that way we could go on our matching level. Oh, look at this handsome young guys. But to tell you guys the truth, this awesome man is taken.
Yep, I'm taken. I've been dating this girl for about 2 years now. She's amazing.
2 years, dude? Heck yeah, that's awesome.
I love being around with her. She's a beautiful, amazing woman.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
So yeah, so how did you guys meet? If you
We met
want to share
online. So we
that
met
online,
online.
okay?
But me personally, I'm old fashioned. I'm old
Mm-hmm.
fashioned. Like you go up to a girl, talk to her, get to know who her person is. If the conversation, if the interaction and the conversation go well, you should be brave enough to ask her out,
Mm-hmm.
and then go from there. And
Amen to that, dude.
then
Amen to
me
that.
personally, if you start just go on dates, just don't be the most important. Be yourself. That's the most important part. Just be yourself, and just try to get to know the person, have fun. Don't make it very dramatic.
Mm-mm.
Um,
No, definitely not.
and just yeah, just be the important part is be yourself. And I know a lot of people are trying to like make it more dramatic, but try to make it as simple as possible. Make the date simple. Make it fun. Make it very simple. And yeah, just I know dating is hard. It's rough sometimes, some days here and there. But
For sure,
right
yeah.
now, if you can go either both ways, do online or do old fashioned, ask a person out in person. Me personally, ask a person out in person. That's my old I like old fashioned.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so
Throwing in high five on the side.
yeah.
There you go. There. Perfect. Awesomeness. And then let's see here. So of course, one question that we all tend to avoid, even you and I ourselves like to avoid as well as us humans. Was there like any sour dates you went on where you
Yeah,
just didn't feel all right?
there's some good days and bad days I've been on, and again, it is what it is. It's how it's just general.
Mm-hmm.
It's the personality, it's the person who you met, how you're interacting with that person. And like I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I've been in the YSA world a bunch of times. I met a lot of girls, a lot of sisters, and they're great. They're great.
Oh, totally, totally. Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but you just have to ask them out and just get to know them, get to know them, and then now if you go on like 3 to 4 days, or I don't know how many days you're going out with the person, there a time you need to sit down and talk about, hey, on the previous date, did you have fun? Do you feel this interaction? Do you want to take the next step in being in a relationship? That's what between you and the opposite sex have to talk about. See how it goes.
Especially, yeah.
That's all I can give you. I can't. Me personally, you just have to talk to that person. Just to the opposite sex, how the dates went, how you mostly the interaction, the activities you've been on, and also the conversation you've been on. I'm like me personally. I rather talk if you've been going talking on the phone. I'm not very much of a texter most of my chance. But
Mm-hmm.
text here and there, like good morning or whatever. But mostly you talk to person and on the phone and then mostly talking in person. That way it makes it easier interaction and won't make it very uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely, for sure. And then, like, especially when it comes to dating now these days, like, and
Oh, another thing. I'm
go on,
sorry,
go
I
on.
forgot. Totally forgot. It's one
Oh,
of the
go on,
first.
go on. You're
Totally
good.
forgot. Totally forgot. One of the first things when you start dating someone, before you start dating, make sure you be friends at first. Be friends totally. Be friends.
Yes, yes.
I should have told that at the beginning. Sorry,
Oh, you're good. You're good, dude.
totally forgot about that. Yeah, to be friends at first, because you're trying to get to know the person on a personal level, and then once you start being friends, and then just being friends, just going out, hanging out with some friends and stuff like that, and then when you feel comfortable asking that person after asking the opposite sex out, then it makes it more and then make you like nervous. I think there's more general, more calmness, and then yeah,
Definitely. Awesome. Awesome answer on that one. So let's hear. Yeah, just a couple more questions I have for you before we rotate the camera over me. Definitely save this question for me as well when I take a turn to speak. Do you feel like dating nowadays, even though we are still seeing it around, but do you feel like it's kind of dying down a little bit?
me personally, yes. I don't know because I'm in a relationship right now, so I don't know how the dating world is right now. 'Cause I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
So some friends I know I've talked to personally, I just say you just have to be fun with them, and then you just have to be your personal self, be who you are, and act that person out.
For sure.
That's all you have to do. And then first, I would be fun with that person for a while until you get that comfortable relationship with them, develop that relationship, that friendship relationship with them. That way, it makes it more easier to ask that person if you're interested in that person, ask that person out.
Definitely.
But yeah, so be friends with them at first, get to know who they are, on a personal level as well. And then once you feel comfortable asking that person, go have fun. Make it simple. Make the date very simple.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Make it
dude.
very simple, and then make the interaction fun. And then so
Awesome, Raj. Hey, man. Yeah, that's awesome that you're in a relationship. Hopefully things will continue to go great for you, and definitely keep us posted on big updates, dude. Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, Raj, thank you again for answering these questions. So I'm going to turn the camera. I'm going to give the phone to you now to turn the camera to me. So feel free to stand to get a better camera angle for our audience, and then feel free to ask me any questions that come to your mind about.
Okay. So what? Okay, I'm sorry. What are some character traits trying to looking for a woman? What are you looking for? What?
So a couple of things that I want to look for in a partner when it comes to dating is, first off, whatever you're looking for, you have to match that yourself. Like, say for example, if I want to look for someone who is good at cooking, or wanting to go into culinary school, or has like a very good education, that's something that you have to match yourself. You got to make sure that you have a good education yourself, or if you're good at cooking yourself, for you guys to take turns in doing that for an activity. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun. But of course, for like characteristics that I would love to look in for someone who's adventurous, someone who has a really good sense of humor, because nowadays we live in an age where people just get offended so easily. And it's getting to a point where we're becoming even more isolated, where we don't even want to talk to people, because it feels like whatever comes out of your mouth, you're going to get in trouble for it pretty much. But then one of the biggest and most important things I'm looking for right now, and Raj, I bet you this was one of your expectations too, is looking for someone who is close to our Savior. Someone who is not afraid to do the right thing, not afraid to stand up for what is right. And that is going to be a very, very big one to jump out of your comfort zone. Because with me growing up, I'm 33, almost turning 34 next March. And guys, I've only dated one person seriously. Like, I only had one girlfriend, believe it or not. And to be honest, even though we only dated for like 2 months, but it was a really, really good 2 months. It was an awesome experience, and I don't regret at all. And hopefully she doesn't regret anything either. But the important thing is, we gave it a try. It was a huge leap of faith that we took. And sadly, it did not work out. But that's a part of dating. If it doesn't work out, then I think people need to say something about it, rather than wasting each other's time. And next thing you know, if you guys decide to get married, and if you're still not feeling anything, this is probably one of the reasons why divorce is so high, which it sucks. It really does suck. So hopefully the people out there, for those who've gone through divorces, very sorry that you guys went through that. And hopefully, if you guys are looking for love again, I really, really hope you guys have a more better chance this next time, for those who want to date. But for those who want to stay single, that's completely up to you as well. It's your choice. But yeah, any other questions you have, Raj?
What were some of the difficult times you had with dating? What were some? What was like the good? I say the good and the bad.
Okay, for sure. So some good dates I went on. I'll definitely start with those. So I actually went on my first date when I was in high school. I was a junior. I just turned 17, and I will tag my friend Matthew Havertson, this very, very great friend of mine. He invited me to a group date activity that was for his birthday during the time. I still remember what we did. Holy cow, dude! We went to Outback Steakhouse for our dinner, the one in Layton, and then we went and saw Get Ready to Feel Old, guys. We went and saw Chronicles of Narnia: Prince Caspian when it came out in theaters. Holy cow! The person who I asked for my date, I was so nervous. My heart was pounding. On the bride's side, she said yes. But what happened was she had a couple things to take care of, so she wasn't able to join us for the dinner, but she did make it to the movie, and it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Just kept it simple. I still thanked her for coming, and she said she had a lot of fun too. And Raj, believe it or not, this actually happened before I had my own cell phone. You know, I did not have my own cell phone until my senior year of high school, believe it or not. And I'm sure some of you younger generation kids are like, what? I had my first cell phone since I was 5. Sorry, guys. You know, this is what happens when you get raised by a mom who wants you to be responsible. So yeah, so definitely first date was what encouraged me to get out there, to keep asking more people on dates. Now, of course, there was a couple other fun dates, but now we got to talk about the sour ones. Yes, sour dates happen, guys. It's a part of who we are. You will have the time where you will go on those awkward dates, right, Raj? And
Yeah,
I'm sure,
I've been on
you know,
I've been on those awkward dates before, and it's just
oh yeah,
again it is what it is. It's what you have to live through it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just have to. It is what it is. It's nothing you can control. So if you're going on a
Exactly.
date, the fun part is trying to get to know that person. That's the most important part, is to go on that date to get to know that person.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So
With adding on what Raj said, like getting to know that person. Um, in fact, how about I answer this other question before we move on to that? That way we don't accidentally get sidetracked. But yeah, with sour dates though, I bet you're going to have more sour dates than good dates, because the good dates is where we really start to appreciate them more, especially when you start getting to know someone, when you guys have a lot more in common than you realize. That's where it starts getting good, because that's where you want to get to know the person more. You want to see if some of their likes match with yours. But of course, we don't want to be with someone that likes everything exactly. Like, you know, it's okay to dislike some of the same stuff, or to do, you know, a few things different, but but at the same time, you don't want it to be too far apart either, because otherwise it's not really going to work. For example, like some new activities I did, I started golfing, and, you know, I'm actually enjoying it. And I also like to go bowling. I like to, you know, go shoot archery. You know, and if there's any girls out there who ever want to give that a try, that would be freaking awesome. You know, because it's one way to help get yourselves out there. But of course, if they're not into it, then that's fine. You know, it's a lot better than stuck playing video games all day. Yeah, believe me, playing video games nowadays gives me a headache.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, okay.
Another thing about you said about the group date,
Oh, got it.
is movie. Oh,
there you go.
so,
Here you go. Here you go. I got it. Oh, sorry, guys. Actually,
so
drop the camera.
on the day, me personally, movie dates are not good.
No, especially for the first day.
On the first date.
Yeah.
Me personally, because there's no interaction, you can't talk. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's just me.
You're good. You're good. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
just me personally. So yeah, as I said before, make it fun, make it simple. Try to get to know the person, and if the date goes well, and then, hey, had a good time, and you can ask, if depend on how the date went. If the date went well, and you want to ask her out at the end, just it depends how the date went. If it goes well and you ask her out and she said yes, or let me think about it, then that'll be good. Then you just go from there.
Yeah. You just leave it right there. Don't put pressure on anything, and then I'll go turn the camera over to me. It's like, bottom line is, guys and girls, is we all tend to get excited if a date goes well. There was definitely times where I felt that too, where I felt like I really wanted to get to know this person, or hopefully this other person wants to get to know me. And then when you find out the sad way that it doesn't work out, guess what, guys? That happens. It happens to everyone. I was part of that really, really dumb trend where we all do this. Everyone, don't deny that you guys did not ever say that, like, oh, I was never like that. Blah, 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 blah. We all thought at ourselves at one point, saying, oh, there's no one out there for me. Oh, no one wants to get to know me. I'm too fat, or, I'm this, I'm that. I don't look good enough. I don't look cute enough, or I don't want to feel like this or feel like that. We've all been there, everyone. Bottom line is we've all been there. And I see Roger nodding his head at me too. But that's a part of dating, guys. There is so many people out there. And I personally believe, Raj, if we were to take dating seriously, not only will it eventually lead to a relationship, but hopefully something more than that too, right? Because of course, when we date, we all hope to settle down with that special someone.
That's right. You have to quite settle down, and then also another thing, you have to be very patient with yourself. You have to be very
exactly.
patient. You have to be very patient. Yes, I know it. Yes, I know it can pain in the butt. Yes, I know it can be nerve wracking. It is what it is. You have to be very, very patient. I've gone through it a bunch of times. It's not fun. I know. I've been through it, and in the end, it was worth it. Being patient. I had to be patient with myself, and then also God's timing as well.
Yes.
Also on God's timing. Keep praying. Like that. It's just you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. But
exactly.
Be yourself. Try to be patient. Have faith in yourself. Work hard, and then just work your butt off. Work on yourself. Where you need to improve on. Work on some skill that you're improving on.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Awesome, Raj. Good. Yeah, I'm going to give you a fist bump. In fact, Raj, do you mind if I tell them the story before you started dating your special someone?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So everyone, I got a cool story that I thought I'd share with you. I'll go ahead and turn the camera back around. Before Raj in his current relationship, I remember you called me on the phone one day. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was before, everything happened. I remember you being really frustrated. You were hoping for things to work out. And then if I remember correctly what I said, something that you said earlier in the episode, I remember saying, you know what, just be her friend. Start off with being her friend and see how it goes. And what happened after that?
It works. So yeah, again, you just have to be her friend. You have to be her friend.
And don't rush it. Do not rush.
Do not rush. Do not rush it at all. That's the one thing I've been hearing about. They rush it they push it too hard, and it makes the opposite sex very, very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If you push it too hard, then like, hey, I'm not interested or whatever.
And you're gonna look really, really stupid.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, if you rush it too much, and if you put way too much pressure, and this is not for us men. This is for people on both sides.
This is on both sides.
Yeah, this is on both sides. This is for everybody.
This is for everybody, on both sides. Yeah, I've been there. I felt the pressure. I felt that sometimes I felt very stupid. I won from it, and once you win that from experience, and you'll get to know the feeling and how it is. And so, yeah,
definitely. And in fact, yeah. So we have a few minutes left, so I'll go ahead and end off by saying one more thing. So for those out there who want to date, keep trying. Don't give up. And one thing that I would definitely challenge everyone to do, especially for those single people out there, I even did this myself, Raj. So one thing that we did was someone challenged us to write down a list on what we want to look for in our partner. And we also had to make sure we matched that list as well. Like I said from earlier, otherwise it's not going to work. For example, like I don't want to be out of shape and a lazy, slothful person, and then I expect like a freaking 10 out of 10 model just to all of a sudden appear in my life.
Yeah.
That's what fantasies are for, people. Apparently, fantasies are not going to work like that.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. Nah. I'm just kidding. But yeah, but like I said, I got my list down on the things that I'm looking for. One of the things that I wrote down on my list, and I won't share the whole thing, but one thing that I wrote down on my list was someone who has a strong testimony. From what I said earlier on the expectations, and that is one thing that I am currently working on myself, and it just feels amazing where it feels like you don't have to stress yourself. Just wait on the Lord's timing, and it will come together piece by piece by piece. Now, we'll go ahead and end this on a final note. One of the biggest fears of dating, Raj, I will flat out say this, and I bet you a lot of other people out there fear this too. We all know, for those who grew up in the church, for those who see people getting married left and right, dealing with the annoying culture, which I'm sorry, but this culture is just not my thing. But it was constantly referenced. For those who don't get married in this life, we believe that they get married in the afterlife. And that is going to be a big pill for us to swallow if something like that actually happens. But however, I personally think the more you try and the more you show effort, the more you are willing to get back up again and just try again, even take it up to a different approach, like try some new ideas, look for ways to improve yourself, because we all pay attention on the outside, people. And someone even tried to argue with me, Raj, was people are looking for marriage to have one simple thing. Starts with an S, 3-letter word, ends with an X. And unfortunately, that is true. But that is true. It's one of the things that leads to marriage. You guys are going to go through some awkward stuff, especially when it comes to dating.
That's
but yeah,
that's how it's just the way you brought it up. It's just gonna
I know, right? I know, yeah. Especially hearing it from other people who got married at a young age, and the marriage just fell apart, and I felt so sorry for them.
I don't really want the way you brought it up. The way it's just kind of like I don't feel very uncomfortable to talk about. Yeah,
you're good, dude. You're good. You're good. You're good, dude. You're good. You're good. No worries. And this is why we warned the audience that at the beginning of the episode it's going to get a little uncomfortable. But
this is a topic I don't really like talking about.
Oh yeah, no worries. You're good.
It's a topic where a man and a woman is to talk about before marriage.
And especially keep it between themselves.
Yeah,
keep it between themselves.
No, the way Justin said, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I think it's one of the biggest questions you need to talk to an opposite sex before you get married. It's just before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those topics where it's very uncomfortable,
mm-hmm.
but you have to talk about it. You have to get, as we said, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and you really have to. I don't want to have to say you have to be a man. We hit
be a man. Be a man. Yeah.
We hit out a lot. Be a man. It's one of those topics you really need to talk about with the opposite sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
would say good luck on that topic.
Good luck, guys.
Everyone's different. You have to, the way you approach it, the opposite sex. Good luck on talking on that topic. That's all I have to say. Good luck with talking on that topic. Because everyone's different. But the way how you approach it is how you approach it. So you gotta be careful how you approach that on that kind of topic and make it uncomfortable. But the way how you approach it, or the way you approach it, the way how you say it, and on the opposite sex, because you don't really because no one you don't want to make uncomfortable. If you make uncomfortable, then you kind of. I don't want to say it for you. You kind of blew it, but I don't really want to. That's the only I can think about on my top of my head. But yeah, so be careful. Just be careful how you approach on that topic.
Exactly. And then for crying out loud, everyone, especially when you guys move on to those next steps, like towards marriage and everything, and of course all of that. Here, we'll just call it shenanigans. Okay, let's call it shenanigans. When you guys move on to a shenanigans topic, for crying out loud, don't post it for everyone to see it. This needs to be between you and your partner. You and your partner only. There, I said it. You and your partner only. But only do it if you both feel really good about it. And I'm sure, everyone has done this before. We all know what to do, but like, for the past couple of years with dating is, I think it's also a struggle when people bring up the shenanigans topic is, I hear stories left and right from people where they had very sour dating experiences because of, topics like that was brought up way too soon or something. And guys, I'm not making this up. These are real conversations of what I hear from people. And this is coming from a 34-year-old man and, a full grown adult. You will hear stuff like this left and right from many, many, many people who will speak negative, who will like make dating look bad. And then people go, oh, all dating is like people do this and that, this and this and this. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. Well, guess what? If it's making you uncomfortable, you don't have to date the person anymore. That's what's so beautiful about getting to know people.
Yeah, and again, it also depends on the people you're around with. It depends on people who you're around with, and who you're close to, like your coworkers or your friends, or whoever you're around with. It depends. Because you get different variety of different outlets of life, and so you have to be careful who you're hanging out with, especially in high school. High school is a lot different, and
oh yeah.
And I've been both sides of the spectrum, good and bad. It's just
definitely. But yeah, like basically, bottom line on dating is our final advice is take it one step at a time. And hopefully for those who want to get out there, we honestly wish you guys the best. As for me, I'm going to get myself back out there because I think it's time. I sat on my butt for the past 10 plus years because I had a huge lack of confidence. I had such a self-doubt, but now I'm getting all these awesome feelings. Now is the time for me to get back out there, because if it's something that you want, you have to go and get it. If it's something you want, you really got to work for it. You can't just expect something like this to fall in your lap. It's going to take work. It's like climbing a mountain, right, Raj?
Climbing a mountain, climbing a ladder. I like the ladder because it makes you just make more small steps.
Mm-hmm.
So at the ending, pretty much, so be yourself. Work on be who you are. Work on yourself, and work on your skill that we need to work on. And
definitely.
First of all, be a friend. Be a friend first.
Take it slow.
And if you feel comfortable, if you hang out with her quite a bit, and you feel comfortable, ask her out, and see what she says. And don't get upset with her if she says no. Don't be upset with her if she says no.
Yeah, I swear. Do not be a King Kong or a Godzilla now.
So she just doesn't feel ready. So you have to accept. Yeah. You have to show respect if she says no. Don't be very upset if she says no. Don't,
because that will cause more problems.
Yeah, cause more problems. If she says no, if you ask her out and she says no, don't be upset. She being the most important part. She being honest. That's what the important part is.
Exactly.
She's being honest, and then okay, thank you for letting me know, and then walk away. And
for us young men, be honest too. Be honest to yourselves too.
Be honest too. So
okay.
Yeah, so be yourself. If she says no, show respect that she says no, and walk away and ask somebody else.
Or basically move on.
Yeah, move on, and then ask from somebody else. But then again,
all right, cool guys. Well, yeah, that is our dating episode. We got it out. We talked about it. I felt like we were a lot more honest on this one because, believe it or not, guys, you will have conversations like this when it comes to dating, especially if you want to lead it to marriage and a more serious relationship, because it's going to be other steps we're all going to have to prepare for one day, whether we like it or not. But let us know if you guys want us to do a part 2 of this episode. If there are some other topics you guys want us to talk about, like I said, feel free in the comments. The comments are there. Use your freedom of speech or something, or if you guys want to hear other stories like this, because this podcast has been an awesome inspiration, and making it feel more real has been a real true blessing.
It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. So if you have any questions or you want to share anything you want to share about your dating life or personal, whatever, you can put in the comments. And if it's personal, if it's too personal, don't share it.
If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to share it.
If it's too personal, you don't want to share it, that's completely fine. Don't worry about it. And so,
all right, guys. Well, hey, you all take care, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Bye.